Rookies! Yay! That's too hard.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
All right, let's do this.
That's cool.
All right, Season Rookies podcast. It's Prez.
Jay. No Nelly.
Yeah. So
Now, is that Prez or President? As in Trump. Shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. We have a guest here today. He goes by the name of Donnie Blaze.
What's up?
He
Donnie
might know
Blaze?
Donnie Blaze. He might know his sports. He might not. But we'll figure that out by the end of the
By
podcast.
the end, we'll be able to see
we'll
where
know
he sits.
if he ever comes back or not. So, down south, there's a big issue, or not an
It's
issue,
not- yeah,
depending on who
where
you picked.
Yeah, you're right.
Prez, did you think what happened was?
No,
gonna be-
man. I didn't give Trump any chance of winning.
Yeah.
Zero.
He came back like the Cavs did in the NBA Finals last year, eh?
Yeah, buddy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was Hillary's to lose, and
She lost it.
she KD'd. She wet the bed.
Donnie?
Hillary was up 3-1, and Trump came back, and he came back late, and it came like right in the morning. So people were having a tough time sleeping, figuring out what was up. The one thing about it is he woke up a good sleeping giant in the States,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of it was brought on by our good man President Barack Obama. 8 years of Obama, some people can only take so much, right? So it is what it is. And it wasn't just him. It's that Republicans ran hard all the way through. All the way through. I feel for people who voted, they knew what they were voting for. And there's people who didn't. Well, things happen, man.
Yeah, it was a shocker.
Good luck, America.
And our website's still down, I believe.
Oh, the Canadian immigration
The
site?
immigration
I heard
website.
it crashed.
Twice.
Is that
twice,
true?
Twice.
Yeah, crashed twice.
Twice.
I have a couple of Cuban expats that were trying to come up just now.
Bad timing.
Yeah, they're
Bad
probably
time.
knocking on my door right now. Hey, I need a place to stay for a couple years.
I'll be like, yeah, you can stay for life.
Kaepernick. I heard he didn't vote.
Oh, yeah, what else is new?
I wouldn't blame him if he didn't.
I heard he doesn't play QB either, so I don't know what
do you
does he
mean?
do.
He played some solid QB a few days ago. He just couldn't play with anybody else, though.
Yeah, that team's a disaster. But yeah, he didn't vote. Who else didn't vote? Was there any other big athletes?
I don't. He's the only one I heard, but I was kind of shocked. I mean, it seemed like he's
For a guy who's protesting everything.
he's
Well,
about a movement.
Remember that initial press conference that he had? He basically laid it out how both candidates he blasted Trump and he blasted Hillary too. He came out guns blazing and people were all about that. The email scandals that were happening for Hillary, Trump's his racist rhetoric and everything like that. He was all on it. So I wouldn't blame him for not voting. If he's like, he doesn't want to vote for two devils. Like, he had better candidates.
He's like,
Yeah.
where's Chip Kelly on the ballot?
Yeah.
He couldn't find him. He's like, wait. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't vote for Chip Kelly either, man. He needs to get fired, man.
But if you don't vote,
Mm-hmm.
then you really don't have a voice, right?
You shouldn't
Not really.
protest.
Like
Well, I mean,
No, the protest is still necessary.
he's protesting. Think about people in the past have went through long and hard extents to even be able to vote, being a black man, and to think that you have that opportunity now, and you're making a protest, want people to follow you in regards to kneeling, and then you don't show up. I'll be honest with you, I'm not upset at all. I'm just really, really confused. I can't really make sense of it.
I can make sense of it easy though, bro. Because listen, man, like you're looking at this man. If you already know there are two devils that are already there that don't represent you, they could say all they can about what it could do for blacks and equality and everything, but they know history flat out tells them you don't got a good history with black people. Because people talk about Trump and his relatively recent rhetoric. It was Hillary that set up that crime bill back in the day with Bill that basically sent a disproportionate of young black males to prison. And it's not like she's stepped away from that era. She coined the term super predator, which
Right.
led to that stuff. So
So I agree. Okay, I can hear that. But if that is his stance, maybe he should have voted Trump then. You know what I'm saying? At least he should at least make his voice heard, I would assume.
Nah, that would be a sellout vote, man. Not me, man. Sorry, man. I wouldn't. No. You you abstain, or maybe throw in a third party, or put
There you
down
go.
abstain.
There you go.
So-
do
Something.
Do something. I guess he had to. He should have done something if he wasn't going to do nothing but standing on the sidelines. You can't kneel this time.
Can't check a box either.
Can't throw a pass.
You threw for 400. You threw for almost 400 last week. So
Yeah, against two.
exactly.
Exactly. We don't even remember.
Still lost. Bad.
Still lost.
See,
All right, so let's break into some NBA. Go over our top 3 most impressive NBA players of the past week.
So recently,
This past week. Who in last week's?
I'll go Joel Embiid.
Mm.
Broken foot.
Is that the
2
Juwan?
years.
Is that the
And we didn't talk-
Dwight Howard killer?
What does that mean? Oh, because of the one game he had where the Hawks still won by 20? Come on. Like, typical Raptor fan. Finding any way to... Oh, what happened last night, though?
We'll get into that.
Yeah, that's
We'll
what
get
I
into
thought.
that.
Yeah, the Hawks,
Go
I
ahead.
think they walked into Cleveland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well done.
Yeah, Embiid, broken foot, come out of nowhere. He's averaging like 25 minutes a game. And he's putting up like monster numbers. Like 17, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks. Like, wait till he's at full health, playing like 30, 35 minutes a game. He's going to be a monster.
He surprised me. He could really stretch the floor.
He can shoot,
I
rebound.
did
defense.
not. When it comes to shooting the 3, I kind of visioned him kind of like Jalil Okafor, where like he's somebody outside of like 13 feet, questionable. I'm seeing him shooting 3s. It's like lucky.
But he keeps doing it.
Lucky.
he's,
Okay, maybe he's not lucky. Maybe there might be something there.
Yeah, he's got some skill towards it. I see that also. If you also see some of his warm-ups, he's quite athletic. He will put up a between the legs dunk in practice and everything. Like, he's got some hops on him, and he's already got some gangly ass arms. You see him do that rundown block on LeBron though. He ran him down.
Yeah.
He ran him down, but did you see it?
Oh.
I can't even call it a block.
Nah,
that
man,
was a goaltend.
No, that was
It did
full.
hit the backboard first and bounced back.
Did it?
He should have that force should have broke the backboard. Like, he pinned him up good. Like LeBron could, like, you know, LeBron would get some sort of contact and complain. No complaints. Like, he took that block clean. It's like, I should have dunked it, and he did dunk it the next time when he was on a break. But still, excellent. I definitely I hear you on Embiid, man. He's something solid, man.
Next.
I'm gonna go with James Harden.
Oh, that's going to be every week.
Well, yeah. Let's get it out the way now.
Yeah.
It just comes down to this. He's a 2 now, converting to play to 1 under the D'Antoni system. He's leading the league in assists,
Yes, he is.
and it would be easy to make an argument to say, okay, well, he's not really a point guard. He's like a combo guard.
Yeah.
But we consider Westbrook a point guard, who you can really make the same argument, and their game is showing to be the same. Harden, he's far beyond what I gave him any credit for also.
I like the fact that he doesn't seem to turn the ball as hard as Westbrook does, even though Westbrook's putting up some decent assist numbers as well. But yeah, man, he'll throw the ball to Westbrook. Seems to want to throw the ball into the
Yeah,
stands.
but he has nobody to throw the ball to.
Well, that's true.
Harden has like Anderson,
Capella.
Capella,
Like, he gets a lot of assists
Eric
from
Gordon.
Capella.
Ariza. Who's Westbrook throwing the ball to?
Well.
You?
Well,
I
at least they
can't
could try
even
to
think of
convert.
Roberson, who can't hit a jumper if his life depended on it.
Well, he probably
Right.
is throwing the ball to Prez there, where he's sitting in the stands, if anything, as well too.
Oladipo's like hasn't played what I thought he would be yet.
He's not doing that bad though. He hasn't fallen off. Like he's having his night.
Remember I think Nelly may have picked him for like,
Oh no,
most
I think that was
improved?
Debo. I think
or was it Debo? Yeah,
'cause they have the
Debo.
same
'Cause his last name. Yeah, that's some nonsense. But yeah, he picked Oladipo to be. He hasn't really.
Yeah, so real quick, in regards to best point guards in the league, can we throw James Harden in that conversation now? Like, realistically, is he one of the best point guards in the league?
He's just
don't
in
know.
the spot, and he's in D'Antoni's system. And the one thing about D'Antoni's system is D'Antoni's system has a tendency to be all flash and no substance, though, man.
And no defense.
Right.
Well,
Run and gun.
he never had defense in the first place, though.
But But I remember he had like an article like last week. It's like, oh, our defense is way ahead of our offense. But then the next night they lost like 125. I was like, wait, what a minute.
Yeah,
What you gonna say?
he's got that turnstile defense, right? You
The
know?
DeMar defense.
No, DeMar can play some D, man. DeMar can play some D. But you know what? If I have a guy who I've been very impressed with is Jabari Parker.
Oh,
Like, you know, man, he's coming out there.
need some gravel.
You know,
Jomo, you
No,
got any
man,
gravel, Jomo?
no, man, Jabari, he's putting up double-digit numbers in points and almost getting double-digit numbers in rebounds and stuff. He's pulling on the ball. He's using his size, and he's spacing the floor with Giannis and everything. He's doing some good things in Milwaukee. He's glad to see that he's finally healthy. He's getting he should be getting more accolades, man. Everybody's still talking about Andrew Wiggins and stuff like that, and he missed that first year. But yeah, he's back. He'll eventually start kicking down some doors and stuff like that. He should make an All-Star appearance. That's what I could see for sure
This year?
this year.
Really? That's
Calling
a
it.
bold statement.
It is a bold statement
Very
because
bold.
he's a bold player. Do not sleep on Jabari Parker, my friend.
But what is he, a power forward or a small forward?
He is a combo forward. Let's start the new term right now. But no, he's big enough to play. He's not big enough to play the four, but he can pull down some rebounds if need be and everything. Keep him in the post if you can.
I couldn't agree more with
Mhm.
everything you said,
Mm-hmm.
except you're questionable about the four.
Really?
I think he is a four. Yes, he's 6'8".
Really?
Mm-hmm.
His size, he's clearly a lot more comfortable slashing and being closer to the basket than he
Yeah.
is away from the basket.
Yeah,
He's probably hit a handful of threes all year.
true.
But everything else, I couldn't agree more. He was my pick for most improved player this year. So everything you said, ditto.
Appreciate it.
Wow. I gotta leave. My other guy. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to go to the Hawks right now. Dennis Schroeder.
Mm.
I love how everyone's like questioning, oh, well, you know what? Teague's gone now. Time for the Hawks to take a step back.
That was one of them.
But look at Indiana. They're not playing too well, and Teague is not even
No.
averaging 10 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
He's averaging like 9 or 8 points something.
Mhm.
Struggling. Schroeder's big numbers. Last 4 games, he's already averaging like over 20 a game, 8 assists, 2,
Right,
3 rebounds. He's taking over now. So
Yeah.
right. He's
he
doing
was
it.
probably ready last year, but so he's a guy that he's fast. He can hit a jumper.
He
he's
run an
young,
offense.
Running offense at that
Mhm.
age. Yeah. So that's one guy.
Oh, for sure.
Well, if anything, if I had a player, let's go. I'd love to stay with the Hawks. Still with Dwight Howard. Now, I mean, outside of these doors, and thank you for inviting me, but I would hate on Howard pretty well. But he shut my mouth this time around, like early in. He's fitting in very well in Atlanta. He's doing his thing and everything. Will it last? I hope.
Damn right it will.
I mean, I hope it doesn't, so I can hate on them some more. But right now, I mean, it's not working.
Jomo, quit your head nodding over there, eh?
I wish I could, but at the same time, now he's doing his thing. I think he's from, because I mean, he's from Atlanta, right? He's home right now, right?
Right.
He's got some home cooking, man. He's good. So, you know, I hope it. Kind of hope he falls off a bit, but at the same time, shuts my mouth. But he's doing his thing.
But with Howard, I couldn't agree more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not really too surprised. He's kind of doing what you expect from Dwight Howard. He's a better fit than I would have gave him credit for in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I am impressed. They took out the Cavs last night.
But that was the issue the whole time.
Mhm.
He's a better fit.
Right. And actually, to your
There's
point,
no Kobe or James Harden on Atlanta.
Right.
Just like Orlando, there was no Kobe. He's the same guy as Orlando guy, pretty much.
right.
He's just not. He's on a team now.
So is this team Orlando Dwight Howard? Where
Yeah, this is Orlando Dwight Howard.
so this is Dwight's team.
But
No, I'm just asking.
it's similar to the Orlando team.
Well, no, but on Orlando, it was clearly Dwight's team.
Yeah.
On this Hawks, is
it's
it clearly
team.
Dwight's? It's
Him and Millsap.
well, okay.
But people don't really rate Millsap like
I know,
he
yeah.
should be rated. But it's similar. So
Well, as long as he doesn't worry about getting his coach fired and stuff like that.
yeah. I don't think you have to worry about that this time around.
Exactly. They'll do that themselves.
I'll go with Giannis.
Oh, the Bucks.
An-
Why the
An-
Bucks getting so many shots?
Anakuntempo.
And
Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo.
Wow.
Antetokounmpo.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why has it been like 3 years and I'm still like, I can't pronounce that.
It's all right, Greek freak, man.
Yeah.
The Greek freak, yeah. Everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's taken over almost every statistical category you can think of for Milwaukee. Points, rebounds, blocks, assists, like field goal, like you name it, he's number one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all he's pretty much missing right now is a legit jump shot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's his time.
I'm confused. Giannis is a point guard. Harden's a point guard.
Right.
Westbrook plays all 5 positions. I don't know how you're gonna the All-Star ballot's gonna be a disaster
Right.
because I don't know where Jabari Parker fits, if he's a forward or a point. Like, you never know. Like, all these guys could be point guards, point forwards.
Right.
Like, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's the new NBA, man. You just whoever handles the ball best just brings it up, and you
Doesn't
just
matter how
kinda go
tall
from
you
there.
are, how small you are. Just
Mm.
Yeah. Well, these guys grow like weeds, man. So
Yeah. Well, he's what's he on? It's like 6'9",
6'9",
6'10".
6'9",
Like
He's a monster.
talking like
6'10" point guard.
mm-hmm.
Magic was the tallest point guard recorded that we have, right?
Yeah.
Ever? I probably
Was he
was
6'9"?
At one point
6'9".
6'9".
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, if he can maintain this, talking about I can't think of anyone who's taller who handled the ball and played one legitimately,
Mm-hmm.
especially on a Jason Kidd.
I'm sure Durant
Mhm.
could.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he can run point.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe.
But he's
I don't
not
know
really.
about that. Like,
No.
Well, he probably could.
you could. You bring up the
I mean,
ball, of course you
LeBron
could.
can.
Yeah, but LeBron's 6'8".
Well,
Mhm.
give or take an inch or two.
True. But all right, if I can go with another one, I'd like to go out west and give props to Damian Lillard.
Mm.
Damian Lillard is lighting up the basket and everything. He's doing some good work out there.
Dame Dollar.
Mm.
Oh god, that mixtape or whatever that
Yeah.
CD that he released.
Yeah, he's doing some good work out there in Portland. It should be recognized and everything.
Mhm.
I like the way that Portland is what they're doing out there is quiet and
Mhm.
everything, because of course you always have your Golden State, the show out there, the Clippers show and everything. But you still have San Antonio, but ever so slowly, watch out for Portland.
Mhm.
Keep an eye on Damian Lillard and everything. Give him his due.
Maybe he'll be an all-star this year. Maybe.
Maybe.
No.
I know.
Maybe.
The sad thing is
Maybe.
because he plays in Portland and that
Still
market,
might
it is
only.
a maybe.
It's
You're
a big
right.
Maybe.
The one, and also like it's the West, right? It's point guard. It's the point guard farm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Right.
So
He might get voted on.
mhm.
He's like tearing up the league.
He's fantastic,
Crazy.
though. He's fantastic. I've always loved this game.
He can rap. He can play basketball. What can't he do? Vote him in, folks. Please. I'm gonna go on NBA.com and fill out like 100 ballots and just Lillard every single one. Like, till my computer crashes. I don't even care.
True.
My third guy, CJ McCollum.
Oh,
Yo.
nice.
Another guy. That backcourt is second best in the NBA, behind
course.
Clay and Steph. Maybe.
Mm.
I can't think of another backcourt.
DeMar and Kyle.
Oh,
We'll get to that.
Yeah,
Ugh.
another day.
No? Well, today.
DeMar and Kyle or Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. Come on.
And the funny thing is,
Lowry's 30 years old. Lillard's
age aside, let's just go with their play.
And right now, Lowry's play is kind of.
Okay, so let's go by point. Who's a better point guard, Dame or Lowry?
Dame.
We all Dame.
I would take Dame over Kyle,
Okay,
like
yeah.
reluctantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shooting guard. Who's a better too?
DeMar.
I don't think so.
Oh, you.
On the pace that McCollum's on.
Nobody.
Right now, DeMar obviously because he's
that's
way
what
older.
we're talking about this
Right
moment
now.
right now. We're not
Right
talking
now.
career before.
I'm
After.
still, I'm looking for right now in the future.
No,
McCollum
we're-
is way ahead of schedule.
buddy.
Right now, as of this moment, who's the better backcourt?
CJ McCollum.
CJ McCollum is
CJ
a better
McCollum.
player than
He's in the
DeMar.
West. Yes, he's a better shooting. He's a better shooter,
Yes.
better scorer.
Yes.
What else do you want from a shooting guard? You just agreed with me on two things that shooting guards are supposed to do.
One of the things.
One is hit mid-range and long-range jumpers.
Mhm.
DeMar can
Entries.
hit the mid-range, but
And- yeah.
DeMar can't hit a three if his life depended on it.
That's
course.
fine. He doesn't have to
McCollum
hit
can
a
do
three.
that,
Right.
He doesn't have to. hit a
and he
three.
can score. Flat out score. McCollum score anywhere on the floor.
Better scored him. Yeah.
No, I
Well,
I have. To
And who's
disagree.
better defender?
No, DeMar's defense is it is pretty darn good, man.
But is he better than CJ McCollum though?
I'm
Like
going
in
to say
regards defensive?
in regards to defensively, I believe so. Yes, because the Raptors in and themselves have put up some fantastic defensive numbers historically in Dwayne Casey's system. With DeMar being there, yeah, at the same time, being the shooting guard of the team, you still have to defend another team's most athletic player. So, yeah, you get somebody. But a lot of it's pick and roll defense, which is kind of suspect. That's how you run against the Raptors. But anyway, like straight up one-on-one D, it's quite good. I definitely will take that as well, too. And
So you'll take DeRozan?
Oh, of course I'll take DeRozan because no one else
Who are you
does.
taking?
Oh, man.
The fact that you're questioning this, you're obviously taking McCollum, clearly.
No, but you know he's thinking about DeRozan because
I'm just
About
thinking.
McCollum
I'm-
because
okay,
he
hold
knows
on.
talking
that
about right now.
McCollum's a better shooter because he's a shooting guard, and
I-
that's your job is
Yeah,
to hit
but-
shots.
But hidden end DeRozan hits the shots too, and he also gets to the line at an epic clip.
Right.
Yeah, man, draw that foul.
And he shoots
And he hits
great
those-
from the line, too. His percentage
Exactly.
is
Yeah,
like,
so is McCollum, though.
yeah.
No, not at DeRozan's clip.
I'm just wondering. So watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Raptors.
Yes,
Raptors get rid of DeRozan and get McCollum.
rebuild.
Is that an upgrade?
That's
Lowry
rebuild.
and
Is it an
McCollum is
upgrade?
that an upgrade?
That's rebuild. That's what it is.
No, you got to get rid of Lowry.
No, I'm just saying because remember the only equation in here is a two spot,
Yeah, but
right?
then is it a downgrade in Portland?
That's well.
no,
Let's
it's
see.
an upgrade in Portland.
You don't think a Dame?
It's
an
Hold on, a
upgrade
Dame,
for it.
DeRozan.
Dame relies on McCollum to hit threes when he's not hitting threes.
Doesn't have to
When
hit the
Lowry's not
threes.
hitting threes, what's DeRozan doing? He's not hitting threes.
Yeah, he doesn't have to hit the threes. He just get to the line, get a
But I'm
three-point
saying
play.
Lowry's struggling from beyond the arc. They have no
well,
options.
Yeah, but again, it's why you have to they attack the rim, and and that way you slow the game down. You get those other players who are hacking DeRozan out of the game, and then the team wins that way. You don't have to. You don't necessarily have to always get. You don't always have to be like shooting from beyond the arc. It's worked for Dwayne Wade,
Right.
So why can it not work for DeMar? Like why? I don't get that silly argument that people want to make. Oh, he's only got a mid-range game. Good, it's a game.
DeRozan.
Yeah.
Epic right now. What he's doing in regards to was it 5 straight games,
30 points.
30 points. I will applaud him.
Ooh.
I'll give us a clap there.
Well
He
done,
deserves it.
DeMar.
Ooh.
Well done. Okay, so now that we got the pleasantries out the way,
Yeah.
what's okay? Has DeRozan turned a corner? Yes or no?
No.
Yes.
I go no. I'm with you on no.
Okay.
No.
Real quick, why you say yes?
With the experience that he's had with the Olympic team, working with Coach K, working
Right.
with both ends of the floor, getting to the jump, getting to the net, and plus the motivation of being ranked number 46. Hashtag FOH. It's driving him. You don't get that kind of drive and everything without necessarily turning the corner. So I think he's there.
Okay, so if we're talking fourth quarter, when you say separating and like imposing your will and being that guy, at 1 minute would you say? Okay, at what minute would you say is crunch time? Like where it kind of separates, where every possession matters. Obviously, like not 8 minutes, not 6 minutes, 4 minutes. Give me a minute range that you say. If I said 2 minutes, is 2 minutes good enough to say how someone performs in the last 2 minutes of a game? Is that fair enough?
It's fair.
Sure.
Cool. DeMar DeRozan in 2 losses this year. Raptors lost twice, lost to Sacramento and lost to Cleveland. Here's his performance in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter of those 2 losses. Against Sacramento, the Raptors took 6 shots. DeMar DeRozan was 0 for 1. Took one of the 6 shots. And against Cleveland, the Raptors took 7 shots under 2 minutes. He was 1 for 2. So that means if that's a total of 13 shots, and he's taken 3. You can't tell me that when your team needs you and you disappear, that you've turned a corner. It should be no surprise to anyone right now that DeMar is getting over 30 points. He's been doing it last year and the year before. It's not foreign to see him getting 30 plus points. What is foreign is when every possession matters and everything's intensified, if he elevates his game or he fades to black. And it's the same DeMar DeRozan that it was last year in a clutch situation under 2 minutes. So I don't know what's happened this year for one to think that he's turned that corner. Quick example, Paul George. They've had one game this year, Indiana. One game where they had a possession that was at 2 minutes, was a 2-possession game, under 2 minutes. Here's how Paul George, in that one time this year. Paul George, his team took 3 shots. Paul George was 2 for 3 and 4 for 4 from the line. That's someone who shows up in the last 2 minutes. DeMar's yet to show me he shows up in the last 2 minutes. When he shows up in the last 2 minutes, then I'll be able to say turn the corner.
Okay. Fair enough.
Time to get Rudy Gay back in Toronto.
Yeah,
Make
you know,
that
I was gonna
trade.
say,
Terrence Ross, Rudy Gay, straight up.
Mike James.
Mike James. That's the thing. I know, like you can't. Not everybody could be Rudy Gay or Joe Johnson in the fourth quarter and everything. I do see. But in the fourth quarter in Toronto, that is Kyle Lowry's quarter, right? So it works.
It's funny you mentioned Kyle Lowry. Here's Kyle Lowry's performance in the last 2 minutes of those same games.
Terrible.
Raptors took 6 shots.
Terrible.
Kyle Lowry 1 for 4, and that's against Sacramento.
Yes.
Against Cleveland, the other loss, Raptors took 7 shots. Kyle Lowry 0 for 3.
Yes.
It's 7 shots. He's hit 1 of 7 in the last 2 minutes.
Wow.
He's not clutch.
So the Raptors going to go to the
So
playoffs.
what's happened different this year that it's not there last year?
Well,
I don't know why DeMar's not in the huddle like, yo, give me the ball.
Give me the ball.
Why he's just, well, drop a play, Dwayne. Here you go.
No,
Lowry's take twice as much shots in under the last 2 minutes, and he's not even supposed to be our go-to guy on DeMar's historic run. Should we blame DeMar? Should we blame Lowry, or should we blame who's ever running these plays in the last 2 minutes on the
Well,
Raptors?
if you're DeMar, you should want to take the ball. Say, I want the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will come. That will come when the hunger arises. It's still a little too early.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to give him a bly on that. But mind you, yes, your play caller, you should. When he does really truly, justify my point of turning the corner, he will take the ball. I'm giving him. It's game 6. He's going into game 7 for the season.
And
I would give him another 8 games before he starts barking.
Okay. And I can accept that. It's early in the season, right?
Yes.
It's just as this moment right now, I think people are a little bit ahead of themselves right now.
Right.
They're more speaking about where they want DeMar to be and not where he is currently right now.
That's fair. I'm a fan.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
What's next?
Cubs.
Oh, that was a World
Cubs, huh?
Series.
Cubs.
I'm impressed.
Mm.
What do you want to say about it, Donnie? We'll let you take the
Well, that was congratulations on them.
Congratulates the Cubs.
Congratulations on the Cubs. I wasn't a
with the clap. The clap.
I
for
wasn't.
why,
I'm
come
not
on,
clapping
Indians.
for them. I'm still a little bit burnt the way they treat Steve Bartman. I'm hoping he was in that 5 million crowd that showed up for the parade.
No, I said he didn't go.
He didn't go.
He didn't go.
Oh yeah,
No, they
'cause
got-
He pulled a Colin Kaepernick. He didn't show up. He didn't show up.
but no, I think it was a good celebration. Game 7 was fantastic. It was going either way. I just love the fact that they pulled it out of nowhere. But there was the only thing I was not too impressed with the Cubs. I don't know if you saw the David Ross home run celebration,
Oh,
the cup clap.
yeah.
Not for your, leave your kids at home for that. But if you're okay with that lifestyle, there's nothing wrong with it. That's good. Yeah, it was very, very nice. They had that streak and everything. But I was kind of cheering for Cleveland because being a hometown guy, love my Blue Jays. If the Jays are going to lose to the champs.
World Series champs.
Lose to the champs, but it didn't work out that way. But it's all right, though. Cleveland is not always going to be Believeland. So,
That would have been crazy, though, if they would have won.
oh my gosh. See,
Baseball and basketball?
Yeah.
that's almost Boston-ish.
And then, 50 years from now, the Browns, maybe? No, probably
man.
not still.
Nah,
Who are we kidding? But, yeah, no, Cleveland was up 3-1. What did I tell you? Remember I told you?
Yeah.
I said last podcast,
mm-hmm.
I said something. What did I say? I said the last time there was 2 ties in an NFL game, or there was 2 ties last week in the NFL, or
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, right.
last time that happened, when there was
Mm-hmm.
2 ties in 1 week in the NFL, the Indians lost the World Series to Florida.
Yes, it's true.
And what happened last week? 2 ties in the NFL. What happened? Cleveland lost the World Series to Chicago.
I think it's 2 ties in one season, actually.
It's, one
Yeah.
season
Yeah,
or whatever,
right,
or
right.
something
But
like that.
still.
Yeah.
in the same week, one season.
I mean,
Regardless,
it's all well
two
and
ties.
good that
You called it.
Crazy. I
Yeah,
couldn't
same
believe. I was
night,
like,
too.
what?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? This is nuts.
That's solid though. I mean, Cleveland took too much bite out of that hamburger.
And now Aroldis wants 100 million.
I wouldn't pay Aroldis $100
Yeah,
million.
he asked for 100 million.
No, I wouldn't.
And
pay him.
Edwin, 5 years, 134, 135,
five 125 is what
125, 125.
Done.
5 years. It's not done, but it's like
No, man.
It's in. Okay.
It's no man. He's like right now.
he wants
If you love
30.
Edwin, he's getting other offers. It's like watching your wonderful ex-girlfriend date other dudes. That's what she's doing. That's what Edwin's doing right now. Dating
So what's
others.
Bautista doing? That's what I want.
Bautista's your
He's your ex that no one wants to date.
yeah, man. But Bautista needs to. But you have to. I mean, that's just me. Bautista deserves a little raise. Edwin deserves to get paid.
Hmm.
But all the rumors about places like Boston and where else we were talking about, like besides Boston, he should. If anything, if Edwin needs to go somewhere, he should go to New York, play for the Mets.
Oh, I think you said Yankees.
Oh hell.
I was like, for
Oh,
sure.
dude, they won't pay. They got what's his face?
Gary Sanchez.
No, they've got this other cat who was hurt. Was it Bird?
Oh, Greg Bird.
Yeah, man, they got Bird
Yeah.
waiting in the wings.
Yeah, but he's a first baseman. Oh, that's Edwin is too, though.
Yeah, exactly, man. Edwin can't play
What
that
about,
third base no more.
What is he today? Oh, Miguel Cabrera might be on the move
That'll be it.
Where?
to Houston,
Hmm.
of all teams. I don't know why.
I know.
No,
And then who else? Michael Saunders. You think he'll stay?
no, man. Michael Sanders is gonna get pushed out the door.
You think he's gone too?
What?
I think it's a shame too. 'Cause
Why?
They didn't even give him a qualifying offer, dude.
That's
Like,
a
yeah.
huge mistake because I gotta say, next to Donaldson, when you talk consistency, wasn't he like the second most consistent Blue Jay?
Not in the second half, man. He disappeared. He disappeared more than DeRozan in the fourth quarter. And I like Saunders too. I think he was a hell of a good player. But that lineup and the makeup of that lineup with Bautista's injury, forcing him to play right field. He's not a right fielder.
Mhm.
It kind of took him off kilter. He literally went ghost in that fourth quarter. In that second half of the baseball season, he had an excellent first half. Made it to the All-Star game.
Right.
Congrats. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, that's the only problem is you can have a slump, but what he went through in the second half was terrible.
Hmm.
He showed up in the playoffs though.
Unlike Russell Martin,
Yeah, that guy's a disaster.
I almost feel like I'm very touch and go when talking about Russell Martin because I know he's Canadian and he's well loved, and actually I have a lot of respect for him.
Yes,
Numbers don't lie though. In the playoffs, he was ghost.
he was swinging hard though. I understand though, but yeah, he was good.
Jays are gonna look a lot different next year.
Yeah.
Good. It's gonna be
Edwin will
pretty
be
different.
gone probably.
You think you think so?
I'm afraid to say now, as much as I love Edwin and Jose to stay,
They're
but
gone.
I think one or both might be gone.
Gone.
I just hope that when they do return to Toronto, they get a good ovation.
Oh, for sure.
I'm talking like Roy Halladay, kind of let them bring out the cards and
No, Roy Halladay, come on.
No, but-
No, but-
no,
Bautista,
but when
no.
they brought wait. And that's the thing though, like how people seem to forget bat flip and how much that
Right.
meant, and then all of a sudden
What did it mean?
it meant that you're on
They
top
got to the second round of the playoffs. A big deal. Who cares? This bat flip
for the first time in forever. You saw that.
That's
I mean,
nonsense. So
you
what? He
go
flipped
from-
his bat and they lost in the ALCS.
Yeah, but that
Just
was
like they did this year.
that was 6 games later though.
yeah,
but
but to his
Flip
point
your
though,
bat when you're winning a World Series.
Mm.
Talk to me. You flip
when they
your
do
bat
come
then.
back though, they do deserve to be recognized.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that.
You go from winning to losing to winning.
So, but
out of
Bautista's not a
nowhere.
Hall of Famer though. He can't get the Halladay. The Halladay is a different type
Okay.
of Blue Jay.
Yeah.
Halladay's the greatest Blue Jay,
No, he's not.
or not the greatest Blue Jay pitcher.
No, he's not.
Who's better?
Dave Stieb. Hands down. All-time leader in WAR, wins above replacement alone. No hitter. He threw a no hitter in 90 pitches.
Back
Threw a
in the
one-hitter
day,
on 90
Roy
pitches.
Halladay played on trash Blue Jay teams.
Yeah. But,
Very bad Blue Jay teams.
And so
could
did
you
Dave
imagine
Stieb.
if he played right now with the Blue Jays? If he was
yeah.
wheeling and he'd be
And if
Cy Young
You-
candidate every year.
you take Dave Stieb, and this is the problem with baseball nowadays. If you look, they forget about the '80s. But what Dave Stieb did for the Jays was unbelievable. His slider started up his slider started up in the right field stands and ended up at your knees. Done. And 60 feet 6 inches. Dave Steve was something special,
It's
dude.
debatable.
He was.
Special, dude.
Joe Carter or Jose Bautista?
Jose Bautista.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Never a mistake, buddy.
Joe Carter or Jose Bautista?
Joe Carter has a special place in our lives.
Bat flip or home run for the World Series?
Home run for the World Series is always great, but if you want to talk about numbers, Joe Carter's numbers were
They were good.
no, they're not. Hey, Joe stayed in Toronto a little too long. 94 and 95 were not very good ways to end out, and he literally went out like with a whimper.
Wow.
So, trust me, man. I love Joe. Joe's an awesome dude. Shout out to Joe. But Jose.
All right. What's
All right.
next?
MLS.
Soccer.
FC.
TFC.
TFC.
TFC. They're on their way to what? The East Finals
He's finals.
against Montreal.
Montreal.
Impact.
Oh.
You called it. You
Forget
said.
the Leafs and Habs.
Yeah.
And you got the
This
Impact.
is a nice rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Javinko's the best player in the MLS. No questions asked.
Yeah.
Hands down. He's better than everybody.
Put a hurt. And what I love about this is play against NYCFC. A lot of brand name players. And Giovinco went in and said,
6
okay,
minutes and scored. Like, oh, it's
this
over.
is why I'm the best player in the league, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to see his name in the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not much of a TFC follower, but this guy is actually made. He does poke up your ears. He is something special, and he's an unassuming guy. That's probably why people don't give him.
Yeah, you look at him, he's
props.
like 5'0".
You walk down the street like he's nothing. But hey, I just brought this team from literally like irrelevance to complete relevance to something else. And I mean, I'm not really a hardcore TFC guy, but the hardcore TFC guys know and love this man.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what he's done and his impact has been absolutely phenomenal. I have to give him props. Might end up watching a game. I'll jump on that bandwagon.
It might. The bandwagon and Toronto fans are in full force now.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
don't
That's
worry.
good.
That's a bandwagon you need to jump on when
Right.
it comes to if any
Just
of
like the
all
Raptor
bandwagons.
bandwagon.
No,
Actually,
buddy,
the
Raptor.
Raptor
No,
bandwagon.
Don't let him
no,
suck you in.
The big Raptor
Don't let
bandwagon.
him
The We
suck
the
you in.
North.
True. No, man, no.
Sorry.
TFC in itself is something special and everything because they've had passionate fans from day one.
Mm-hmm.
So they've done through some long-serving suffering and everything. Packed house, BMO Field, generally all the time and everything. And more than just for hooliganism, this was now it's actually just for the love of the game and stuff like that. And it's an excellent atmosphere.
Here's how exciting Giovinco is with me.
Mm-hmm.
You have him on the field with David Villa,
Mm.
world class,
Like 6 years ago.
right?
Yeah.
Brand name.
Sure.
At this present moment right now, there's no way I would trade Giovinco and have David Villa on my team.
No, that's
Not a
Villa's like
ch-
37 years old.
He has a very good pedigree though, and I think Giovinco,
He's in his prime. 30 years old right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he better be signed forever. Seriously, like
Mm-hmm.
I would throw all the money I can at him if I
Even
were
make
like.
the Italian national team still. Even after this, they're still not rating what's happening in the MLS.
Yeah, but over there he's not really as big.
Well,
He got cut from Team Italy.
yeah, and then even most recently, they still are not looking to give him a call up.
Yeah,
to the
I wouldn't
Italian
either
team.
though. No, he's not like he's great in MLS. He's the best player, but no, in Europe it's different.
It's a different story.
He's,
man.
he's not really anybody over there.
Yeah.
Not anybody.
He could play in Europe though.
How about this? It's a little soccer side story. Ronaldo just signed a contract with Real Madrid.
Hmm.
You know how much it was per year?
No.
75 million euros
A
a
year.
year. It was like a 5 or 6 year, 300 and something million euro contract.
I wonder if he can contribute to Brexit.
He could probably own a country if he wants.
He could buy a small country and everything.
He could buy a country.
He could buy a few castles
70
with
euros.
That's
That's like
Wow.
Oh man,
I
that
threw up at my computer desk. I was like, "What? Like 75? Can I borrow like 10? You know what I mean? Like, holy, 75 million.
wow, man.
And that'll take him till he's 36.
Mm.
And by then, he might even come over and play in MLS if he wants. 36. Because, I mean, Europe, you have such a long
Yeah.
Mm.
time. You get 34, 35. You're on your way, you know.
Well, he
People
did.
don't want you as much anymore.
Hmm.
So why not? I'm
I've
sure
known
he'll
Bud
break a contract record and
in the MLS.
Galaxy will sign him, or somebody will throw stupid
If
amounts
they're-
of money at him.
Is there an MLS team in? And I'm sorry for my ignorance, but is there an MLS team in Oklahoma City?
Oh,
him,
so ignorant.
yeah, my bad. Because that's
No,
the
I
thing.
don't
No,
think so.
because him and Westbrook. Because remember, the NBA did their Europe tour. They met up, swapped jerseys and everything. They're boys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, they're boys. He'd be like, you know, if there was a team out there like, yo, Russ, let me stay on your couch for a bit. Let me play some soccer for a bit.
Let me buy your couch and your house.
Yeah.
I'll buy you
Buy
too.
your block.
while I'm
Let
at
me
it.
buy your block.
Yeah, like listen, he'll buy the couch and then he'll be like, listen, I'm gonna bring this couch in for you. Let me sleep on this couch in your house. By the way, let me pay your mortgage while I'm at it too, and the rest of the neighborhood.
Who knows? By then, Westbrook might have $75 million a year coming his way too.
True. They're two rich dudes,
He's
man.
playing. It's crazy.
So yeah, so Montreal coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got? 2 legs. Actually, I heard they're moving the Montreal game indoors.
Drogba, Gio
'Cause of weather.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
love Montreal's a better team.
Pardon?
Montreal's a better team.
You think?
Oh, statistically, they're number 2. I'm not a Toronto guy. I'm a
No, no, no.
Montreal guy.
Yeah.
Ew.
I'm going the Impact.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Well, I'm an outside looking in, but
He's a
again,
bandwagon.
bandwagon's
Ride that
bandwagon.
bandwagon hard, yeah.
Bandwagon hard. I'll tip up my ankles real quick. Jump on that FC bandwagon.
All right.
Good
Taped
job. Good
ankles.
job. Good job.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm going TFC.
TFC.
Yeah, I think the way they put a hurting on NYCFC, I just think momentum's on their side right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's their times. This is borderline a Cinderella story. I know, like, can you call it Cinderella if you made it the year before? Maybe, maybe not. But they just look prime right now. Like, this is a team you can get behind and say, hey, you know what? They could make noise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess they could.
It could make noise, but the one thing about Cinderella stories, I mean, comparing to real life, remember, if you lose your shoe after partying, you're not, and it's not a fairy tale, you're drunk. So, but at the same time, it's fantastic to see what they're making up and stuff too. So,
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard, I think, in my life. Wow.
Nice.
Oh, wow. That was funnier than the Raptors 95-96 season.
wow.
Anyways,
All
I
right.
gotta go find my shoe now. What's next?
So UFC 205 in New York City. So NYC 205. The biggest name in the UFC, Conor McGregor.
His biggest mouth in UFC.
Yeah, that too.
Until John Jones gets off the yay.
Yeah.
But
Which may never happen.
No.
'Cause
He's
he
the
just
biggest
keeps
draw,
losing.
and he's, I think, their best personality. He's a full package.
Yeah. He's got a good mouth towards him, and I'm waiting for somebody to beat on
And
him.
who? Like, he goes up 2 weight classes.
He runs from
He
Nate
puts up a
Diaz.
fight. He comes down to his regular weight class. He pounds people like
Well, in his weight class and everything, well,
untouchable.
he is kind of untouchable. He does get in people's heads. I don't know how. Well, because he's that small, crawling through your ears. But he is. I mean, in his weight class, you definitely could see he is king. However, Nate Diaz did smack him around a bunch.
Nate Diaz was also about 15 to 20 pounds heavier fight night.
But that's true. But at the same time, Nate Diaz wasn't even in the best shape. But he smacked him up just for moral sake. Second fight, I never see. I mean, McGregor pulled his best Usain Bolt, running around that ring trying to reset himself. But all he did was, take 2 slaps, walk around the ring. Still ended up with a decision. Kept his mouthpiece going, but I don't know if that's going to be able to fly Saturday, though.
Okay, so he's fighting Eddie Alvarez. And you think Alvarez is going to put a hurt in?
Eddie Alvarez is no joke, right?
Right.
He's no joke. And at the same time, if he keeps his style in check, don't get me wrong. Let's not take away from McGregor. He's got skills. You know, he could definitely walk in here and take my wallet. But at the end of the day, though, I mean, Eddie Alvarez will come outside.
Can you find your missing shoe though? That's the real question.
Don't know, man. Somewhere down by the docks still.
Oh man.
McGregor, he got fined $150K for a water bottle incident at the press conference for the Nate Diaz.
Oh, when he threw it across the
Right.
press con. Yeah, I
So
saw that.
$150K, and then they want to do community service. Here we are. So
Guy's got a better arm than Pilar.
True. Pilar can't throw the ball from me to you.
That was a good throw. But he got fined $150K.
$150K, and also now he's got his own personal boycott he has against the Nevada.
Nevada Gaming Commission.
Yeah, or the Athletic Commission in Nevada, because they fined him. He's like, okay, well, you know what? I might choose not to fight in your state anymore. And if that happens, that could be a big hit because he's the biggest draw in UFC, and they hold enough fights in Nevada so there's going to be something in that. Anyway, he's going to be in NYC this upcoming weekend, and so real quick, who you taking?
I don't like McGregor, so I just take whoever he's going against.
Okay.
Yeah, like Diaz, I was going for Diaz.
I wholeheartedly agree, but I would definitely take Eddie Alvarez anyway because of his skill.
All right, I'm going with McGregor.
Somebody has to.
Yeah, somebody has to.
So one other comeback real quick on the way out. Floyd Money Mayweather. So Floyd Mayweather, apparently, he's about 75. So Bob Arum, huge promoter in boxing,
Yeah.
says, you know what? There's a 75% chance that there could be a rematch, part 2. Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather.
I don't understand why you had that fight. I mean, seeing Pacquiao's last fight, he won by decision. He still has some skill and everything was fine, but his
You're talking about Vargas.
yeah, Vargas. Right. Vargas looked a little overwhelmed.
But
But
he was going in. Like, put it this way, going into that fight, did you give Vargas a chance to win?
I should have given Vargas.
No.
He should have won. Won.
I'm not big on Vargas. I thought Pacquiao.
He was there for the money though. What did you?
I understand you're there for the money, but at the end of the day, you have a guy who hasn't fought in a good amount of time. And the last time he fought, he ate some mat. But he looked tentative. He wasn't explosive at all. He basically let Pacquiao dictate the pace. And there's plenty of times, and mind you, Pacquiao does seem to throw a punch from anywhere. I do understand his savviness when it comes to the game, but that's a game. That's a fight he should have ran through. He should have taken Pacquiao's lunch.
Right.
You know, some balut.
Yeah, but Mayweather hasn't fought in 2 years now.
Right. But he's still.
It'll be a rusty fight, put it that way.
Well, he's obviously going to train for it, and if and it's not even on the agenda. So if it is, he'll have enough time to get in fighting weight.
Courtside or ringside, I'm sure.
I just think both of them.
Thinking about it.
I mean, will it happen? I think. What do you think? The odds? Yes or no?
The odds of it. I mean, if the money is right, it'll definitely happen.
Okay.
It's gonna happen 100%.
Right.
Mayweather's probably broke already. Let's be honest. He needs money, so he's already waiting for this fight, and it's gonna sell regardless. It's not
Huge.
gonna sell. As
Yeah,
big
it's
as
gonna.
The first one.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
But it's still gonna be the second biggest selling fight probably in the
Right,
last
it's
20 years, regardless.
No, I agree.
But he was there.
That's what I'm saying. He was
ringside.
He was
He wasn't
ringside.
just sitting in the box up in the top. He was.
The idea about it, him being there, I hope he was there as a casual fan of the sport and not trying to necessarily
at a
feed
Pacquiao
these.
No,
fight.
come on. Everything is strategic.
True.
He knows him being there ringside is going to at least up the value for the potential for it to happen.
Yeah, it's true.
Pacquiao, I gotta say, he's ducking Terrence Crawford. I've been saying that, and I'll continue saying that until I heard just the other day that now Pacquiao himself from his own mouth has said, you know what, if they want me to fight Terrence Crawford, I'll fight Terrence Crawford. I don't think he means that though.
Pacquiao spent a good amount of time ducking Mayweather for a while as well. Too,
Oh,
so-
no, that's the other way around.
It depends what lens
That's
you're
the other way
thinking. 'Cause
around.
I don't know.
Pat
It depends.
Mayweather's-
Yeah.
It's either or, man. That's the one thing about it. These guys are too busy ducking each other. And that's why boxing is taking a far back seat from the UFC and everything. Too many. I mean, where's Don King when you need him? You know. I mean, I
Where's
know
Mike
he's
Tyson?
done. You know, he's done shave when he's done shaving his horns from his head and everything. You know. I mean, you put on a fight, you get something out there, you put that fight out.
So you
and
think
then
Don King would have made that fight if he
Don
would've
King
been
would have made
promoter right
all the
now?
fights
You would have made
No.
it
Kept
happen
all the
quicker
money.
than Bob Arum?
and kept all the
No,
money. Though.
I disagree. No, I don't think so.
Do you
I
think
think-
Don King could have got Pacquiao and Mayweather in the ring at 31 years old?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I think boxing's biggest problem was like in the late 80s or early 90s, somewhere around there, when they stopped being on cable TV and they said, hey, we can make more money on pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view.
And it completely alienated a whole fan base of people who casually would sit in front of their TVs.
And watch the fight. So like how it
Right.
would have been, it was a thing.
So now it's just like they have pay-per-view as their main model. Actually, no, I say that NBC 2 years ago has went back to having fights on television. So they're actually making up for that mistake gradually. But I think there's a lot of damage done, especially because the time that they've been away from TV, that's when UFC's popularity is grown, and it's kind of hard to shake what the popularity that UFC has right now. Boxing is taking a back seat.
If you get once you get the right set of people into the game, you get into the right audience, you could definitely make something work. I don't think boxing will come back as hard as it was before. It could make a small comeback if you have the right people and the right marketing tools. The one thing about it, who are your big guys? Like, who are your big boxing guys besides the Klitschko's?
Tyson
and
Fury,
everything? Tyson Fury, who's something special.
Deontay Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
Triple G.
Yeah, he's a weight class down, middleweight, but still, yeah. So, like, you have people you can build around.
And that's the thing about when you had boxing in its heyday, you have your heavyweights who are always supposed to be your go-to guys. You know, even when George Foreman was making his last little run, losing to Trevor Briggs for some odd reason, I don't know how, but you always had your heavyweights, you had your light middle, you had your middleweights, light heavyweights, you had those guys,
Welterweights, right.
you had your welterweights, you had classes and guys who represented those classes. You start off from you if you can get the ground running again with some marketable guys, you can bring in a lot more crowds and everything, and then you could attract the people who still want to see combat sports, and at the same time a little bit of class towards it.
Last thing on the way out, just speaking to your point,
Of course.
number one boxer, pound for pound right now. It's okay, I wouldn't expect. If I told you, and this is for everybody, look him up. His name is Roman Gonzalez. He's like a flyweight. You know what his record is?
100, no.
No. He's about 40, is it 47? He's closing in
150, no.
on Floyd's 49-0.
Well, Floyd's soon to be 50,
Soon
once
to-
he fights back.
Yeah.
Look him up. Roman Gonzalez.
Roman
Best
Gonzalez.
pound for
How
pound.
old is he?
How old? He's young. He's like late 20s.
Really?
Yeah,
Never heard
late
of him.
20s. Running through his weight class. I think he's just going to go a weight class up from flyweight. But he's hands down, even when Floyd was their number one, he was number two. And when
But
Floyd
he never
left,
fought Floyd?
weight class difference. Floyd's a welter. He's a
Yeah, right.
flyweight, right?
Yeah.
All these
So-
weight classes.
So it's just like, but pound for pound takes away the weight and says, okay, the value of your game.
Mm-hmm.
Best boxer in the world right now, pound for pound. Roman
Never
Gonzalez.
heard of him.
Well, I think that's probably, if NBC is doing their thing, and at the same time you could take a guy like that. That's kind of what you need.
Real quick, the problem is though, other than Roman Gonzalez, no one knows or cares about anyone else in his weight class. So it's kind of hard
No
to market.
respect.
It's kind of hard. The only way they could possibly market Roman Gonzalez is if he gets to, when he gets to 49-0, and then sell it to people like, hey, Floyd's 49-0. This guy's 49-0. And then maybe people's like, oh, okay, yeah, well, he's 49-0. Let me check him out. Other than that, who
But he can
really
never
cares
fight
about
Floyd, could he?
128? Sorry?
How what's Floyd weigh?
About 156,
Oh, yeah,
one
that's-
between like
they'll never
155,
fight each
170.
other.
Oh,
No, won't fight each
yeah.
other.
No, nobody's
But-
gonna care about Gonzalez. And
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, he
If
gets
he-
a record.
if-
If he gets when he gets to 49-0, and then they can say, "Hey, this guy's legitimately a 50-0 guy." That
fight
50
him on the undercard with Pacquiao and Mayweather fight. There you go.
Yeah.
That'd be a good
Right.
buy.
Actually, even better. Triple G right now. He's the next up and comer.
Mm-hmm.
Triple G, he fights on the same card with Triple G as his undercard.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, so in the last, I think Triple G's last 2 fights, he was in the undercard. So he's strategically trying to, itch his way in. It's going to take time, but I don't think until he gets about 50-0 that people say, "Oh, okay, you know what? This guy's worth watching," because he's a great boxer. For his size, take the size or weight away. Technically, his boxing, incredible.
All right, cool. Never heard of him.
All right.
Cool.
So I guess we'll call it a wrap. Donnie Blaze,
Honey Blaze,
Yes, sir.
comedian.
awesome. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me,
Donnie.
Jay.
By the way, these two guys have combined 0 pieces of hair on their head.
I'm bald by design, buddy.
Bald by design.
Bald-
I say no. No. Let's take that back. I'm bald by choice. I'll grow this. I'll grow this thing back. Grow this thing back.
I have more hair on my finger than you guys have.
Yeah, man. Sasquatch. It's all right though.
All right, Season Rookies podcast. Prez,
Yeah.
Donnie Blaze.
there you go. Nelly, back next week.
Good luck, America.
Thanks, Nelly.
We out.